Can I put my microphone up by you?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I get very shy around microphones.
You can just set it right here,
yep,
and
good.
you don't have to hold it.
Thanks.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
There are so many things to be thankful for. There's so many things to celebrate. What I want to do today is just talk about the fact that I think that RT has pretty much stayed a small town young man in a big city environment. And that the value systems that we share are these: loyalty, honesty, hard work, dedication to others, commitment to ideals, self-control, responsibility, religious convictions, the importance of family and faith, and the knowledge that one needs to pay back to society the gifts they have been given and the blessings that they have received. So at this time, I'm here to introduce to all of you, who will probably all know him anyway, R.T. Rybak, as a candidate for the governor of Minnesota.
And the journey that we took from Austin is very much like the journey my family took. They started in a little town that we're going to be at in a couple of hours, what's now New Prague. They opened a general store on the main street. And like all the people on that main street, they really needed those farms around them and vice versa. And then finally, after 3 generations, they were able to send my dad to a university. In his case, it was University of Minnesota. And that's a journey that Minnesotans have been taking for generations. And it's an important thing to remember right now, because right now we're at a period of time where that ladder of opportunity that people like my father, people like all of you, and people like people throughout this state have taken is in jeopardy. And we're on a college campus, and Meg and I think a lot about colleges because we miss our kids. We're empty nesters. Both of our kids are away at college. Call your parents, by the way. But we're really proud of them, but I think we are worried. We are really worried because we don't want to look in their eyes and say they're the first generation of Minnesotans that have less opportunity than their parents. We can't let that happen to you, all right? So it is time right now, we don't have a moment to waste, to stand up and make sure that the state once again is creating opportunity like generations have had right here. Now, I'm not a magician. I'm a mayor who wants to be a governor, but I do know how to make things work and get results for people, and that's what I am about, and that's what I want to be about. What we need to do is to say we're going to do, John went over that, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to create jobs, we're going to fix our schools, we're going to provide universal, affordable health care for everyone, and we're going to fix the common ground, the things we share together, the infrastructure. You don't hear much about it, but roads and bridges, and those things you don't think about until a day in August, a couple of years ago, when I had to think a lot about it because a bridge collapsed in my community. And I want to make sure that never happens again in the state of Minnesota. Those are 4 important things, and we're going to do all that, and we're going to straighten out the budget mess at the Capitol, but they're not all equal. The most important thing to do right now is to create jobs and opportunity. And for those of you on campus, it means something really specific. It means the fact that we want to make sure you can get out there and buy a home, start a business, and start your family moving forward. But there's a challenge with that because many of you are graduating with a tremendous amount of debt from school. You know a lot of kids here who have debt, and you understand this issue very well. My dad worked his way through college, and he helped support other people in his family through college. Megan worked her way through the University of Minnesota. My mother worked herself through the University of Minnesota and put all of us through college. The dream, though, of Minnesotans in the middle class putting themselves through college to make themselves better is deeply jeopardized because we have to get a handle on the key to that opportunity, and that's affordable tuition. And we have to make sure that you guys understand this. I clearly know that. And we have to make sure that happens. That's not just about saying to you, we want you to be able to afford college. That is critically important in itself. But it's also about saying this entire state is moved forward if you move forward. Our future depends on you. You pay our Social Security, that's a start. But more important, Minnesotans really are about inventing our way out of crisis. We've done that for generations now. Mostly, we don't have new businesses move that often into our state. I helped move a big one with 500 jobs into North Minneapolis. But more often, what we do is we invent our way. We grow our way. We work our way to prosperity. And that's what we really ought to do. So that's going to be the focus of my work. And I can get into details on that as we go through the question. You have to make tough choices. But the tough choice you should not make is pitting one part of Minnesota against each other. We have to reconnect Minnesota. That's the value that made my family what it is. That's the value that made this university what it is. That's the value that made Minnesota what it is. And that's the value that's going to be the core to what I do as governor. It was in the paper this morning? Oh, we'll have to take a look at that. I hope it was a good one. Okay.